Hello everyone. In this video we're going to be simplifying a trigonometric expression. We have cosine of 36 degrees and cosine of 72 degrees, and we're going to multiply their values. I'll be presenting two methods, and let's start with the first one. So first of all, is it possible for us to find the value of cosine 36 like a numerical value, or cosine 72, or do you know it? Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and draw a very special triangle, which you could probably call the golden triangle. And then I'm going to basically split it up. So the base angles are 72 and 72 degrees. This is isosceles. And one of the angles is 36. Is that called a vertex angle? I don't know. One of these angles. And then this is at 72 degrees. I'm not going to write the degree symbol. Hopefully you'll forgive me for that. This is also 72 degrees. This is going to be 36 and this is going to be 36. Make sense? So now let's go ahead and name the vertices A, B, C, and D. Notice that the triangles ABC and BDC are similar from angle, 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 right? So we have two similar triangles. We can write the similarity ratio. I need to use some variables. Let's call this X. Since this ABD is isosceles, this is also X. And this is also X. Again, we have another isosceles triangle. And then let's call this length 1. Since we don't know what it is, we can designate 1 for that because X is going to be according to that value. Make sense? They're related. So now, using this similarity, we can safely say that looking at the big triangle X and then looking at the small one over 1, is the same thing as x plus 1 over x. Make sense? From here we get a very interesting equation. X squared equals x plus 1. And then if you put everything on the same side, you get the magical number. What is that number? Okay, let's find out. X equals negative b plus minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac. That's going to be a 5 and divided by 2. So the x values are 1 plus minus square root of 5 divided by 2. Does that look familiar to you? All right. Now here's what we're going to do. In triangle BDC, which is this one right here, I'm going to use law of sines. Law of sines in triangle BDC. All right. Here's how it works. A to sine A is B to sine B and C to sine C. Remember that? So starting with 36 degree angle, we can say that 1 over sine 36, again, I'm not writing the degree symbol, but it's understood, right? Is the same as x over sine 72. Great. It's going to give us a great relationship. First of all, we have values of x numerically, and then from here we're getting another equation for x, and we're going to put it together, okay? How? Cross multiply first. You get sine 72 equals x sine 36, and sine 72 from double angle formula, if you remember that, can be written as 2 sine 36 cosine of 36 equals x times sine of 36. Notice that sine 36 is not 0, so we can divide both sides by that, and that gives us the value of x. But guess what? We don't want x. We want the value of cosine 36, which is half of x. Awesome. We do know the values of x, so we can go ahead and substitute. But which one are we going to use? There's 2. Well, 1 minus root 5 over 2 is less than 0. And cosine 36 is in the first quadrant. It can't be negative. So we're going to use, for x over 2, we're going to use 1 plus root 5 divided by 2. Half of that would be 1 plus root 5 over 4. Right? Great. So this is the value of cosine 36, which is nice because we found it. And to find cosine 72, we're going to use the double angle formula. What is the double angle? Cosine to cosine. It is actually cosine 2 theta equals 2 cosine squared theta minus 1. If theta is 36, we get this. And since cosine 36 is 1 plus root 5 over 2, we just need to square it, multiply by 2 and subtract 1, and that gives us the following. Without further ado, we're going to go ahead and simplify this as 2 times 6 plus 2 root 5 divided by 4 minus 1, and obviously 2 is actually not 1 plus root 5 divided by 2, it's supposed to be 1 plus root 5 divided by 4, and that would give us a 16 at the bottom. And then we can go ahead and simplify. This becomes 8. Divide the top and bottom by 2. 3 plus root 5 over 4 minus 4 over 4. You get 3 minus 4, which is negative 1, or root 5 minus 1 over 4. And that will be the cosine 72 degrees. Oops, I wrote the degree symbol, never mind. So now, since we're looking for cosine 36 times cosine 72, we can go ahead and multiply them, right? One of them is root 5 plus 1 over 4. The other one is root 5 minus 1 over 4. Notice that they are conjugates. Their product is from difference of two squares, 5 minus 1 divided by 16, which is 4 over 16, which is 1/4. That seems to be the answer, doesn't it? Okay, so that's basically the first approach, right? Now, let's go ahead and take a look at an alternative, which is probably what this problem is meant for. Cosine 36 times cosine 72. Again, those are in degrees. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to do a little bit of magic touch. Consider the double angle for sine. We talked about cosine, but double angle for sine to alpha is 2 sine alpha cosine alpha. We don't have a sine, so we're going to multiply by sine. Let's multiply by 2 sine 36 and divide by that. So our expression is the same. And now notice that these two will make up sine to alpha. You know what I'm talking about? Sine of 72. And then this one is going to give us cosine of 72 divided by 2 sine 36. We'll do another magic touch. Multiply by 2 and multiply by 2. And notice that the numerator again is sine to alpha, which is sine 144 divided by 4 times sine 36. Guess what? Sine 36 and sine 144 are the same. Why? Because sine 180 minus theta is the same as sine theta, and you can kind of look at it on the unit circle as two angles that are supplementary, right? Doesn't matter, it doesn't have to be a acute angle, by the way. This will work for any theta. Therefore, sine 144 is the same as sine 36. Therefore, they are going to cancel out, leaving us with a 1 over 4. Again, basically that's going to be the same answer. And of course, right? And let's go ahead and take a look at a couple results real quick. Cosine 36 from Desmos, Wolfram Alpha, never mind. And cosine 72, and their product is 1/4, as we found it twice. And this brings us to the end of this video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. I'll see you next time with another video. Until then, be safe, take care, and bye-bye.